WWE Hall of Famer Kevin Nash says that CM Punk has reached the toxicity level of the Ultimate Warrior. Details on what he said on his podcast. Bryan Danielson will face off against Sabre Jr. in a dream match at AEW's WrestleDream pay-per-view in October. Details on that. Plus, Jade Cargill has made her return to AEW television after spending months away following the loss of her TBS championship. Roderick Strong and Samoa Joe have advanced into the finals of the AEW Grand Slam World Title Eliminator Tournament. A champion versus championship match is set for Dynamite Grand Slam. We'll let you know what titles are going to be on the line. Speaking of Dynamite Grand Slam, Chris Jericho versus Sammy Guevara is now official for the event inside Arthur Ashe Stadium. WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan has been hospitalized. AEW's Montreal debut has been confirmed, and Prince Nana signs a new long-term AEW contract. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's start off talking about Kevin Nash and his comments about the recently fired CM Punk. This is actually quite fascinating. The question is CM Punk as toxic as the Ultimate Warrior? Well, WWE Hall of Famer Kevin Nash certainly believes so. It's been just over a week since the Real World Champion was released from AEW following a week-long investigation into his backstage altercation with Jack Perry at AEW All In. While several independent bodies recommended for Tony Khan to fire Punk, the AEW president made it clear his decision was his alone and that he feared for his life during the altercation inside Wembley Stadium. Now, Punk is hardly the first wrestler in the professional wrestling industry to have a somewhat toxic reputation. In 2004, obviously, the Ultimate Warrior was someone that had a similar reputation. Speaking on his Click This podcast, Kevin Nash compared the Ultimate Warrior to CM Punk when it comes to angering people in the business. Here's what Nash had to say. The quotes are on the screen right now. Quote, "He's already put himself on the mantle right next to the Ultimate Warrior. Go shake the ropes, buddy. You punched Luke Perry's son, sucker punching his son." Now, pretty strong comments by the WWE Hall of Famer. The Ultimate Warrior, as I mentioned, would be notorious for developing a reputation as someone who was difficult to work with. Infamously, in 2005, WWE released the self-destruction of the Ultimate Warrior DVD, which portrayed Warrior in a negative light, while the documentary specials in more recent years have been more flattering of the former WWE champion. During a 2020 edition of Grilling JR, Jim Ross went as far to say that Warrior was, quote, poison and, quote, cancer to the WWF. As for what's next when it comes to CM Punk, well, with his bridges burned for now with AEW, some have speculated that CM Punk could make a return to WWE, something that Punk attempted to achieve within the past year, according to Sean Ross Sapp and other reports. Some people within WWE have suggested they'd be open to seeing Punk return, such as Zelina Vega. However, in the past, people like World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins have described CM Punk as a cancer. So the question is, will he return? But my question to you is, do you agree with Kevin Nash's comments? Do you think that CM Punk has reached the toxicity level of the Ultimate Warrior? Or is that not a fair comparison by Kevin Nash? Let me know your thoughts about that, as always, in the comments section below. Now, the first match for AEW's brand new pay-per-view WrestleDream has been confirmed. Last night on Collision, Tony Schiavone interviewed Bryan Danielson. Danielson told the audience that he once told his daughter that when she turned 7, he would retire. He then indicated that his daughter is now 6. However, in spite of suggesting that this might be his last year in the ring, Danielson followed up that statement saying, quote, "I will not go gently into that good night." He added, "This will be the most epic year of my career." From there, Danielson went on to say he wants to face the guy who claims to be the best wrestler in the world at WrestleDream, Sabre Jr. With that announcement, Ricky Starks and Big Bill entered the arena. Starks stated his intention is to take everything he can get. Danielson responded, saying that he wishes Starks would have been a bit more patient because he wasn't finished talking yet. Before Danielson could reveal what he was said next, if he wasn't interrupted, Big Bill attacked him. However, Starks quickly told Big Bill to stop. Once Big Bill stopped hitting Danielson, Starks attacked Danielson. With Danielson down, Jon Moxley entered the ring in an attempt to save his fellow Blackpool Combat Club teammates. Instead, the duo of Big Bill and Ricky Starks got the upper hand on Moxley and Danielson before eventually leaving the ring. Later on in the broadcast, it was announced and confirmed, you can see the graphic on the screen right there, that Bryan Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. would wrestle at the AEW WrestleDream pay-per-view that takes place on October 1st in Bryan Danielson's hometown of Seattle, Washington. What are your thoughts on this match being confirmed? Does it make you more excited to watch WrestleDream? Let me know your thoughts, as always, in the comment section below. Now, last night saw a big return, and that is Jade Cargill is back on AEW television. On AEW Collision, Chris Statlander had an open challenge match against Robin Renegade. Statlander was victorious in the match. However, that result did not exactly sit well with the Renegade twins. Following the pinfall, Charlotte Renegade entered the ring and the duo proceeded to give Statlander more than she could handle. With Statlander down at the hands of the Renegade twins, Jade Cargill suddenly emerged at the top of the ramp. Cargill promptly entered the ring and cleared the Renegade twins. Just as it looked like Cargill and Statlander would shake hands and perhaps even create a new alliance, Cargill hit Statlander. Now, Cargill, of course, has been away from All Elite Wrestling since the Double or Nothing pay-per-view event back in May, where she lost her TBS Championship to Chris Statlander. With Cargill's return on AEW Collision last night, it seems like it's only a matter of time until the former champion gets a rematch. What are your thoughts on the return of Jade Cargill? What are your thoughts on a possible rematch for the TBS Championship? What would you like to see Jade Cargill do next? Now, we saw the semi-finals of the Grand Slam Eliminator Tournament last night on Collision. The first match saw Roderick Strong facing off against Darby Allin. However, before the match even got away, Luchasaurus and Christian Cage made their presence felt. With Strong waiting in the ring for his opponent, Darby was backstage and making his way to the entranceway. However, long before he was even able to reach the entrance, Luchasaurus attacked. Christian Cage then told Darby that as long as he's in the company, he will make sure Darby Allin never holds a championship. Allin looked down and out, and the match was in question. Nevertheless, he made his way to the ring and fought hard in a lengthy match that could have gone either way. At one point, Strong delivered a Uranagi to Allin on top of the turnbuckle, sending Darby out to the floor. The duo later battled on outside of the ring, with Darby hitting a stunner on the ring apron and following up with a coffin drop to Strong, who was on the floor. AR Fox suddenly appeared, and Nick Wayne, who was in Darby's corner from the start of the bout, told him to leave. However, Fox stayed. Later, Fox attempted to hit Matt Taven, who was in Strong's corner, but Taven moved out the way. The result was Fox accidentally hitting Wayne. Not long after that, Strong delivered his finisher to Darby Allin to score the victory and advance in the tournament to decide MJF's opponent at AEW Dynamite Grand Slam for the AEW World Championship. Now, his opponent will be none other than the Samoan submission machine himself, Samoa Joe. The second Grand Slam Eliminator Tournament match, Samoa Joe faced Penta El Zero Miedo on Collision in Cleveland, Ohio. The duo wrestled a highly competitive bout, with both wrestlers bringing their best in the match to determine who would face the winner of the first match, that being Roderick Strong. At one point, Penta El Zero Miedo dove to the outside of the ring in an attempt to hit Samoa Joe. However, Joe did his no thank you, no thanks, and just moved out the way, and Penta El Zero Miedo instead went violently smashing through a table that was already set up at ringside. Samoa Joe then quickly rolled him into the ring, but was unable to get the 3 count. Soon after that, Joe applied his Coquina Clutch finisher to score the victory and advance in the tournament. As I mentioned, with that victory, Samoa Joe now moves on to face Roderick Strong this Wednesday night on Dynamite. The winner of the bout will face MJF for the AEW World Championship at Dynamite Grand Slam. Who do you think is going to win the tournament, and what are your thoughts on the semi-final matches last night? Speaking of Dynamite Grand Slam, a big match has been announced. It's going to be a champion versus champion match with both titles on the line. AEW Collision featured a sit-down discussion with Tony Schiavone, Claudio Castagnoli, and Eddie Kingston. The discussion started with Castagnoli suggesting he didn't remember what the issue was between himself and Kingston. Kingston interjected, saying that this was simply Castagnoli's way of acting superior to him and that he knew what the issue was. Castagnoli left the independents without doing business with him. Kingston said that at one point they lived with each other and they were so close that Castagnoli even knew his parents. He then went on to say that since Castagnoli felt he was so much better than him, that he should put the Ring of Honor World Championship on the line against him in front of his parents in New York at Dynamite Grand Slam. To further up the stakes, Kingston said he would also put his New Japan Strong Openweight title on the line. Castagnoli said he'd agreed to the match only if Kingston agreed to shake his hand at Dynamite Grand Slam. Kingston promptly agreed. The match for both the Ring of Honor World title and the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship has been set for the Dynamite Grand Slam event being held at Arthur Ashe Stadium in Queens, New York City on September 20. The last singles match against each other took place on the Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor pay-per-view event that was on March 31st earlier this year, which was a Ring of Honor World title defense only, and that was won by the reigning champion champion Claudio Castagnoli. Who do you think leaves New York with both bouts? Let me know your predictions on that in the comments section below. Speaking of Dynamite Grand Slam, another match has been confirmed. It's going to be featuring 2 members of the Inner Circle and the Jericho Appreciation Society as well. Le Sex Gods, Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara, made it known they want to punch each other in the face during Friday's episode of Rampage, and their one-on-one match at the Dynamite Grand Slam special on Wednesday, a couple of Wednesdays, has been made official. On Rampage, Guevara came out and Jericho left the commentary desk to exchange words. They both said they were pissed at each other and they'd pissed each other off. They then came wanting to punch each other in the face, with Guevara saying he'd like to do it right then. Jericho told Guevara that they'd be getting on each other's nerves and that was okay because they're brothers, but acknowledged they can't get over this animosity towards each other. Jericho then challenged Guevara to the match so they could settle things and figure out who the better man is before moving on in an attempt to win the AEW World Tag Team Championships from FTR. Jericho said the match would take place at Grand Slam in New York, and Guevara agreed. At the end of the promo, Jericho and Guevara hugged it out. On Wednesday's Dynamite, the pair defeated Aussie Open, but not without their own problems, with Jericho at one point blasting Guevara off the ring apron. After their victory, Jericho attempted to raise Guevara's hand, but that led to a shove-in match that had to be broken up by security. The 2 long-standing teammates will now go head-to-head at Arthur Ashe Stadium, so that match is now confirmed for Dynamite Grand Slam. Now, some quite sad news, but it's got a positive ending here, about WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Now, yesterday afternoon, the wife of WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan posted on the former WCW United States Champion's Twitter, X account, whatever you want to call it. Deborah Duggan wrote that as of last night, her husband had been hospitalized. She added that her husband underwent emergency surgery in the morning and reported that everything went well. In recent years, Duggan has battled prostate cancer. However, he hasn't let that slow him down, as just last year he was able to thwart a break-in attempt on his own home. On the day that he was hospitalized, Duggan had been honored by the Glens Falls Firefighters Association. Obviously, he was a legend in the pro wrestling business, and our thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family, and here's hoping he can make a full recovery from his emergency surgery. I know that you'll let him know your thoughts and your prayers in the comment section below. Now, switching back to AEW, the Montreal debut dates for All Elite Wrestling seemingly have been confirmed. AEW has confirmed debut dates for Montreal, Quebec, Canada, as they're coming up soon. A couple of months ago, it was reported that AEW would be debuting in Montreal, and firm on-sale dates have now been revealed. WrestleTix tweeted, you can see it on the screen, back in July, Pat LaProix reported that AEW will debut in Montreal on Tuesday, December 5th and Wednesday, December 6th from the Bell Center. Those dates are now on Ticketmaster, and general on-sale is next Friday, that being September 15. Pre-sale will be the day before as usual, more to come. With plenty of speculation about what could be next for WWE star Edge, real name Adam Copeland, after his contract with WWE reportedly ends at the end of the month. If he does end up making the move, we could see him in AEW in his home country of Canada later this year. However, some people are suggesting that Edge was featured in the SmackDown opening credits on Friday, so that would suggest that maybe Edge is going to stay with WWE. So the question is, do you think we will see Edge inside of an AEW ring when AEW returns to Canada later this year? Finally, Prince Nana has signed a new long-term deal with All Elite Wrestling. According to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, a prominently featured talent will be hanging around in All Elite Wrestling and Ring of Honor for quite a while. Fightful Select sources are reporting that they have confirmed that Mogul Embassy affiliates manager Prince Nana is remaining with AEW, as he recently signed a multi-year contract with the company. Nana's work has received high marks within AEW and significant praise by several on the roster and in management. The deal was done reportedly in the last month or so. Nana has been featured throughout the entirety of Ring of Honor's existence through multiple runs. In 2022, he revealed that he'd purchased Tully Blanchard Enterprises within Storyline. He's since managed Brian Cage, Toa Leona, Korn, Swerve Strickland, and briefly AR Fox. Nana did actually have a WWE tryout back in 2013 and also competed in the ring, though he hasn't since 2019 and scaled back significantly after 2013. So Prince Nana is going to be sticking around in All Elite Wrestling for quite some time. But there you go, guys. It's the latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.